Hey everyone, Hitesh here from ET's personal tech team, and this is a quick look at the Moto Z2 Force. This is Motorola's latest smartphone powered by the Snapdragon 835, so flagship class specs. And the reason we are showing you this is the Turbopower pack, a Moto mod. So this phone is compatible with previous Moto mods as well. But the reason we're showing you this as well because the Turbopower pack will actually come along with the Z2 Force. It will be a bundle, and we have an estimate price of about 40,000 for both the phone and the Turbopower pack together. So let's show you what the Z2 Force actually looks like. So first, the Turbopower pack. Now the MRP on this, the packaging over here, is listed as 5,999. So it is being included along with the phone. That's a pretty good deal. Combined, the total battery capacity of the phone with the mod will be about 6,000 milliamps. So quite a long lasting battery there. It's not very heavy at all. And you can see there is a little button over here that tells you the battery life with these little 4 LEDs. It connects to the phone using these pogo pins. Let's get the phone out itself. Now, as you probably know already, but the Force in the name signifies that the phone has a really tough screen. The previous Force as well had the same feature, and this is the phone that you'd want to get if you are really maybe clumsy with the phone, you keep dropping it, you have screens that break very often. So the phone itself here is really slim. It's 6.1 mm, and if you add the Moto Turbopower pack here, it just clips on as easily as that. Now obviously it does make the phone a lot thicker, but when you do want that extra battery life, when you do want a battery that gives you really 2 full days, maybe even more of use, this is a great option, and you can just remove it when you need a slim phone and add it on when you need that extra battery life. So that's as far as the phone is concerned. Let's see what else we get in the box. There is some basic instrument documentation over here. There is a SIM eject tool, and you get over here a USB Type-C cable. This is a Motorola fast charger, and you do get, in addition, 3.5 to USB Type-C. This is an adapter that you can use with existing headphones because there is no headphone jack on this device. And over here, there is a nice set of earphones, Motorola branded, different size tips. Let's take a quick look at the device itself. There's a brushed metal back panel. Importantly, it's the same size as some of the previous Moto phones that accept the mods, and the same contacts as well, so you can use the existing mods as well. We'll power this on and take a quick look around the device as well as the software. And now that we have the device up and running, we can show you what the interface looks like. Before that, I'd just like to point out the nice grippy texture on this battery pack over here, and the fact that it also uses a USB Type-C port for charging, the same as the phone, so you can actually use the charger, the same charger for either of them, and you can also pair them both up and then charge through the mod itself. So onto the phone itself. We're fans of Motorola's stock Android approach, and there's no bloatware at all, completely stock Android, and a really quick snappy interface. Obviously this has flagship level specs. There's a Snapdragon 835, there's 6 GB of RAM, 64 GB storage. The screen is a 5.5 inch POLED and it is 2560 by 1440. So one of the things you may have noticed that it is not the 18:9 aspect ratio. It is not one of the taller displays, but it does have in its favor the really tough screen. So you will not be afraid to do something like that with a regular device, but the screen here is really tough. So very slim chances of the screen breaking here, just like the original Force. As far as the other specs go, you will see around the back there is a dual camera setup. So these are dual 12 megapixel cameras, f2.0, with face detection, laser autofocus as well, and there's a dual LED flash. Up front is a 5 megapixel f2.2 camera with again a dual LED flash. You can see that in the top right over there, and it does record 4K video. Wi-Fi, AC, there's Bluetooth 4.2, GPS, NFC, and the total weight of the phone is about 143 grams. So actually feels very nice and lightweight for the size. Obviously that will increase if you add the Moto mod, the battery mod along with that, but on its own the phone is really nice and slim. Possibly would like to point out over here that the design at the back, you can see that they've integrated the antenna lines into the body over here. So that's a really nice design as well. This is brushed metal, and buttons possibly could have been a little larger. The volume and the power buttons are on the right. I can show you the speed of the fingerprint unlock as well. I can just place a finger and it unlocks quite instantly. You can also use the fingerprint to switch off the device with a long press, but that also means that the capacitive buttons are on the screen. The home, back and recents button are on the screen, so there is a little bit of wasted space on either side of the fingerprint scanner over here, and that is a little unfortunate. But for the price of 40,000, you really are getting a very good deal if you consider that the turbo power pack is included, and you are getting the really tough POLED screen, which if you are someone who always ends up with a cracked phone screen, this might help you save money in the long run. So as usual, if you have any further questions, we will be doing a full review of the Z2 Force. For questions, do reach out to us in the meantime using the Twitter handle or email or in the comments.